first and foremost, it's important for people to understand that the American political system and the American Constitution is designed to prevent change. And all this talk about impeachment is just designed to appeal to the Republican base, to gin up excitement in the Republican base, and to gin up fundraising, and to make the Republican base think that the Republicans in Washington, or some of the Republicans in Washington, and some of those that are jockeying for position outside of Washington, like former Governor Palin, are cutting edge and are taking a tough line with President Obama. It's all theater, it's all theatrics, it's all a fraud, which is another proper term for the American Constitution and political system. Let's understand that under the American Constitution, the American public has little to no say, despite all of the American rhetoric and bravado about democracy and a shining city on the hill, and that the United States is going to bring democracy around the world and make Arab nations and other nations like the United States. Quite the contrary. If you want real democracy and participation by the public, you do not want a system like the United States, which is designed, it is designed to prevent public participation and has numerous firewalls to prevent participation. The talk of impeachment is all theatrics. It's very hard to implement impeachment. It's been done twice. President Andrew Johnson, who followed Abraham Lincoln, was impeached but acquitted in the Senate by one vote, and that was political theater as well. And then President Clinton was impeached in the House but prevailed in the Senate. It's a two-part process. Impeachment actually takes place in the House, and there is a trial in the Senate, and then President Nixon resigned after he was told by a delegation from the House and Senate that they did not believe that he had the votes in the House or Senate to prevail. I don't believe that there will be any articles of impeachment, simply because in the last probably 15 years, at least 10 years, particularly since the Clinton impeachment, there was a lot of talk in Washington that there would never be an impeachment. These two parties are essentially two wings of one party. They have the same benefactors, the same contributors, and they get together and they cut deals despite all of the red-hot rhetoric. Their foreign policy is the same. The only thing they really argue about is domestic policy. So there'll be no impeachment. It's all theater to try to fool the American public into thinking that there are two different parties, when in fact there is not. The ultimate solution would be a constitutional convention and a revision to the Constitution, or a new Constitution that would allow for multiple parties, but these two parties that are basically controlled by Jewish-Zionist interests will never allow that, because then they would lose their lock on power.